this discusses the issue of Bechira because we had that question come up about if everything is established, set up in creation already from the beginning, from history, Kosh Baruch Hu put at the beginning, so where's the room for Bechira? How does it all play out? You think that that Bechira would be just a fictitious concept based upon what the Medrashim seem to say. So he says the following thing. The Leshem says, "V'hinei chelek HaKadosh Baruch Hu michvod lebasi v'dam l'sos shutaf imo b'ma'aseh bereshis." That's the first thing he says. The Kadosh Baruch Hu gave some of his kavod to flesh and blood. That would be us, man, right? In order to allow us to become partners in Ma'aseh Bereshis. Ma'aseh Bereshis was back, almost 6,000 years ago, but it was not finished. Adam was supposed to finish it through his choice, his free will choice. That's the most amazing thing about this world, is how it's such a physical world. Everything is so physical. We're constantly physically doing stuff, fixing things physically, and constantly doing things in a physical way, that it's easy to forget that the real tikkun takes place only through bechira, free will choice. That's what determines the tikkun. A person can build a skyscraper, and it doesn't do nearly the work necessary to rectify creation as somebody's free will choice to act morally, because that's the real tikkun of Ma'aseh Bereshis of history. Adam had one choice to make in the Garden of Eden. He didn't make that choice properly, and as a result of that, we've been spending thousands of years to finish off what he didn't do in the end.
Does free will have to be in a moral decision? Can it not be a physical decision too? I've decided to do some physical act, and therefore I am now exercising my bechira?
First of all, there's no such thing as not making a moral decision. Every decision the person makes, by definition, has a moral element to it. Is this a good thing, or is this a bad thing? What am I doing right now? Is it good or is it bad? Even do I lie down and take a nap right now at this time of day? Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
So
right?
It could be physical.
Well, the act ends up being physical, but the act is physical,
Right,
but the decision is bechir. It's an intellectual, choice that you make based upon certain priorities and ideas and concepts you bring into play. So when it comes to really important decisions, then we know that, we see that. When it comes to simple decisions, we take it for granted, right? A person, for example, a person could say, I kind of need to go to the bathroom. Do I go to the bathroom now, or do I wait 15, 20 minutes from now? A person would say, okay, come on. It's like, why am I using such a crude example? Because there's a derisive mitzvah called Bal Teshaksu. There's a Torah mitzvah not to hold yourself back for any unreasonable period of time, because that's called disgusting. And there's a Torah mitzvah not to be disgusting in that way. So a person could decide to wait 5-10 minutes before going to the bathroom, and in those 10 minutes be over a derisive mitzvah, a negative mitzvah of Bal Teshaksu. Do I eat this food? Do I rely upon this hechsher? Do I say these words? Do I waste this time? Do I look at the window? Do I spend money on something I don't need? Right? It's like every decision by definition is a moral choice, and should be a moral choice. Now, not everyone sees that, and not everyone sees it that way and responds that way, but that's the reality. Because in this world, there's no such thing as neutral ground. There's no such thing as not making a difference. Right? It's either a good thing or a bad thing. The only question is going to be is how responsible are you for knowing the good and the bad, right? If a person makes a mistake, I thought that was a good thing. I thought that was a bad thing, right? If the person could have learned and didn't, they're responsible. If the person couldn't have learned for whatever reason, right? Especially a teeny bit nishba, something like that, right? And they make that mistake, so they're not responsible. But either way, it was a good thing or bad thing being done. The question is culpability. How responsible are you for that decision? But everything by definition is a decision, and should be a decision. Even deciding to sit on the fence, right? Even deciding that I'm not going to make a decision. I'm not going to decide. I'm not going to vote in this upcoming election. I'm sure a lot of people are going to feel exactly that way, and because we just came off of one, and they're going to be upset, and it's a waste of time and all that, and think at least I'm not voting for one party or the other party. I'm not voting at all. Well, that's a decision. And is that right? Is that wrong? It depends. And we'll be accountable for each one of the decisions. And we're going to be shocked how many times that we had a free will choice to make and we didn't make it properly, thinking there was no big deal. Even deciding, do I take a vacation, right, is a moral decision. How is it a moral decision? Because do I need the vacation? If I don't need the vacation and I'm just being frivolous with my time and my money, then that's a bad thing. That's called evil by the Torah. Why? Because evil is not just the extreme case where someone murders or steals or something like that. Evil is the lack of good. So if you have a great decision to make, you can do great and you choose good over the great. The difference between the great and the good is called evil. It's a lack of good. Oh, it's not as evil as hitting somebody. It's not nearly as evil as murdering somebody. It doesn't come close to stealing, but it's still called an aspect of evil. And it's also relative, because as the Gemara says, the Kosh Baruch Hu judged tzaddikim k'chut Sarah, right? Tzaddikim are in such a high level that when they make small mistakes that for us would be no big deal, because on our level, that's who we are. We're not expected to do much more than that. But they do that, not good. It's considered to be a very, very bad situation, and they can be very accountable and cause terrible damage from even a very, very, very small decisions. That's what they to be so strict about with themselves, because the high expectations are much higher. But anyway, that's what he says, right? That we were given free will to be able to work with the Kodesh Baruch Hu and become partners in Ma'aser Bereshis. Ubayna b'shamayim al yosav b'chol pu'asav masav asher ba'ol mazeh. Right, and to build in shamayim and levels, right, through all of our actions, the things that we do in this world. Ukashem shekol ma shebar Kodesh Baruch Hu yinei bara kol b'rtzona b'li hechrach chas v'shalom. Right, the same with Kodesh Baruch Hu. There's nothing in Ma'aser Bereshis that Hashem made that He had to make. Nothing. He chose to make everything. There was no hechra, nothing forcing him to have to do anything. Okay. Likewise, it says, right? Ken chalak bechvod lebasar v'dam v'nasen lo efsharis b'chol pulasav lasos behem kirtzono. He gave a Kodesh Baruch Hu. Kodesh Baruch Hu gave man the possibility through his actions to do things that are according to his ratzon. Because man who are they brias atova ra ki elu shebar Kodesh Baruch Hu rakas atov levad, and he gave us the power of bechira to make choices. But if there's no evil, you can only choose good. It's not bechira. It's instinct. It's what the world in Yemot Mashiach. That's the case. Once Yemot Mashiach begins and the evil's gone from the world forever, there's no bechira. No bechira. You can't earn schar in the world to come. We hate the evil right now, and we cannot wait for it to leave and be finished with. We'll probably miss it in Yemot Mashiach when we realize what. Put this way: once we see what Olam Haba is like, what it means to make free will choices, because one of the most remarkable things, and unfortunately, there's no emphasis on this, but it's like somebody who let's say someone who's healthy, and he's got both legs. And he walks around freely. He never thinks about his legs. Once in a while, he gets a Charlie horse or a sore foot, and he thinks about it a little bit. But for the most part, he does not think about how great it is to have legs. And then for some reason, he's to go someplace where somebody has lost his legs in a war, God forbid, a situation like that, and he sees the struggle that the person has to go through just to walk across a room or to exercise, and all of a sudden he realizes his legs are so valuable. Or as you get older, you start to appreciate your organs a lot differently, your heart, your liver, kidneys, and then when we're younger, we just ate what we wanted to.
Take it for granted.
Yeah, because just put it in, let the body deal with it, and whatever, right? As you get older and it all catches up, suddenly you begin to realize, I got to start taking care of this stuff a little bit more, and your blood pressure pills and heart pills and special vitamins and all that. It's a problem. It's part of the human condition that we familiarity breeds contempt. We take things for granted. The most valuable thing that we have, is bechira. It's a thing that Mamash makes us b'tzem elokim in the most ultimate way. It's our ticket to the world to come. Without bechira, you cannot make choices to earn schar in the world to come. And of course, because we don't appreciate Olam Haba, it's another problem. We don't know what it is. It's just some distant concept that's almost like a fairy tale. So because we don't appreciate what we're getting, therefore we don't appreciate the means to get there. In the business world, people see millionaires. They see billionaires. They see the potential results of going to college and getting good grades, right? And you get picked up by good businessmen who pay great salaries, 6 figures, 7 figures, whatever. One day I'll be a junior partner, then a real partner, and I can make millions of dollars. We can see that. So people can put the work in now. They appreciate the opportunity of being in college now because of what they see down the road. Since there's no discussion in the Torah about Olam Haba, no one talks about it because most people have no idea what it's all about. Just know it's going to be fantastic, right? I tell you, it's going to be the most amazing thing in the world. Oh, okay, fine. Now I'll be a tzaddik. So it's not so simple. And as a result of that, we don't appreciate the means to get there, which is bechira. And it's a mistake. It's a problem. It's a real problem because as a result of that, we abuse it, meaning we don't use it properly. And every single day, we throw away opportunities to maximize to maximize ourselves, because really a person is defined by their choices. So the Torah gives you a head start, a big head start. Why? It forces me out of bed in the morning to go to minyan. I gotta do it, even though it's rabbinic, to go to minyan. But still, I got daven. I got to listen to rabbis, right? And my yetzer hara is like fighting against me. But I got to do it. And because I have to do it, I fight and I make a free will choice. When I get out of bed in the morning, I'm going to sleep in. No, I'm going to get up. It's a free will choice because of that halacha. To speak Lashon Hara, not speak Lashon Hara. I'm not going to speak it. Free will choice. Do I eat healthy food or junky food for breakfast? Free will choice. We're forced because of Torah and mitzvahs to make free will choices. Without Torah and mitzvahs, when life just becomes an opinion as opposed to halacha, you don't use your free will choice very often. And the most amazing thing is, the tragic thing is, how many billions of people over history barely made any free will choices because they thought that when you choose something that you want over something you don't want, but there's no real consequence of choosing the other, it's not much of a free will choice in the end.